Howdy. For YouTube video number 4, I want to show you some of the finer points of posting your cave drawing into your ePortfolio. There are a couple of settings you need to do to make sure others in the class can see what you've done. Response number 2, part of that assignment is going to be to go into other people's presentations, not everybody's, we got a large class. But go into other people's presentations, look at their cave drawing, and make commentary on them. Hopefully positive commentary. It should be positive commentary. But to make all this work, you're going to go into your ePortfolio. Hopefully you've already done YouTube video number 3 and you've set up your presentation. This one presentation is going to contain everything that we post in the class. Not every little assignment, but certainly something like this cave drawing where we want others to see what you're doing. I'm in the ePortfolio now. I'm going to go find my cave drawing. It has to be in some kind of format on your computer. It might be a JPEG file if you were able to do just the image. I had trouble with mine. I couldn't get it rotated right. So I copied it onto a Word document, then saved it as a PDF. As long as I can open it in one form or another, how you get it in there is up to you. But one, you got to go to My Items and you got to upload your file first, your cave drawing. Mine's going to be a file upload. I'm going to go find it. There it is. And we're going to add that. And I'm not going to do any description. The name's right. We're ready to go there. So we're going to save it. So that's an artifact there in my items there, right? So we're going to go to the ePortfolio. We're going to edit it. Just like the guy showed you in YouTube video number 3, we're going to go to content and layout. Make sure you have this box, leave that box checked there. We want others to be able to comment on your stuff. We're going to do content and layout. I already have one page on there, just a picture for my ePortfolio. How the ePortfolio looks is really up to you. If you want to put pictures about yourself or your dogs or someplace you've been, that's fine. Just make sure it's pretty easy for us to find, like response number 1, essay number 1. Don't hide things on us, but if you want to have fun with this, knock yourself out. I'm going to add a page, and this is going to be response number 1. Make sure you're accurate. You can even get fancy there. And sorry, my phone just went off. And we're going to save that. So we've created our page. And we're going to add a component, which is that artifact I just uploaded. And very important, as you're doing this, make sure you check this comments enabled. This will enable other people to comment on your drawing. And again, that's going to be part of response number 2. I'm going to close that out. Actually, I should have, well, anyway, there's different ways we can do this. I want to go ahead and preview what you've done. But there it is. Make that big. Right, I put a picture of a hiking trip like I did with my kids this summer. But there's response number 1. It's the cave drawing. If I click on that, there's the PDF file. I have to open it. It's a little more work than just a regular JPEG file, but whatever you need to do to make it work. And there's my cave drawing. I did one real quickly about how working in restaurants was like being in a cave. And over here are the line cooks, I was one of those. It was fun work, but once I went to my 30s, it got a little difficult to keep up. But there we are putting the food out. The thermometer shows it's almost 100 degrees in the kitchen. There's the drunk dishwasher yelling and screaming at us. But that's kind of how the cave worked. There's the managers yelling and screaming at us, dangling paychecks in front of us to keep us working. But that's kind of how that particular cave worked in my life at a certain time. And I had someone who suggested I go back to college. The first time I went to college, I was not successful at all. I just wasn't ready. But she suggested I go, and I started at ETSU. So my escape out of the cave was going to college the second time and working my way out of the kitchen work uh, until I reached college graduation and the sun shone upon me and things were good. I probably could have drawn a few more stuff up there outside the cave about what it was like to, start pursuing a career in teaching or things like that. But that was kind of my cave. And again, as you think about your cave drawing, it doesn't have to be like super duper dramatic. If there's at one point in your life you actually believed in Santa Claus with all your heart, right? And everybody kind of kept that image on the cave screen alive for you. Talking about Santa Claus, making sure you're good for Santa Claus, setting out cookies. It takes a lot of people to get children to believe in Santa Claus. The stores have to do it. The parades have to do it. Songs have to do it. A lot of cultural manipulation to get children to believe in this non-existent being. But whatever your cave is, or one that you've gotten out of, you're just going to draw it like that, and hopefully have a little fun with it. I don't know how to get out of this. There we go. That's what the portfolio should look like. Once you get that far, you're going to go back to edit. Well, not to edit, I'm sorry. You're going to click on that little arrow and go to share. What you're going to do is add users and groups. And you got to give D2L a second. It goes just a little bit slower than you want it to. You're going to go to sharing groups. I've set up 2 of them. You're going to click on whichever class you're in, if you're in IF1 or IF2. I'm going to click on both of these. But you're just only going to click on your one class. Otherwise, your portfolio is going to start being populated by people you don't, who aren't in your class. So pick whichever one you're in. You're going to hit share. And then you're going to close it out. If you accidentally hit them both, you need to delete one. You can do that. And you're going to close that out. And theoretically, everybody in the class on their ePortfolios will be able to see your presentation. So again, be careful. Don't put things on there you don't want the world to see. You shouldn't anyway, but be careful there. But those are kind of the important settings. Make sure you have your documents. Sorry. I have a hard time remembering to click edit. Make sure you have your content laid out so that people can comment on it. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to participate in some of the class activities. If you do end up commenting on people's things, always be positive, right? This isn't YouTube commentary or something like that. Be positive with everybody. But again, make sure you've shared with the group, and you should be good to go. Again, this is my first time using the D2L ePortfolio. If all of a sudden you're not seeing anything on Monday, be sure and email me and let me know. I might have missed a button or something. But that should do it. And this is going to kind of be an alternative to a discussion board. We have 20 to 25 people in a class, and that's an awful lot of people to be using the discussion board effectively. This might be a better way to kind of interact with each other, see what each other's thinking, and how we're responding to the readings. I'm going to hush up here. If you have any questions, let me know. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.